Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review, or today I'm doing a manga review. So today I am going to be reviewing volume 1 of Heaven's Design Team, and this is by Hebi-Zou and Tsuta Suzuki, and the art is by Tarako. So this is what the cover looks like of volume 1. Now this was recommended to me by a friend. I said I was looking for like light, funny, not too serious or dark or violent manga that I could enjoy, and he recommended this series to me, and I saw it at the library, so I decided to check it out and give it a read. So the premise of this series is that God has built Earth and is going to fill it with animals, except he decides he doesn't really want to do all the animal design himself. He's going to outsource that to a firm full of designers, and he's going to send some angels to manage the designers and communicate between God, who is the client, and the design team. So it's kind of a play on like the design industry, and that comes up a lot through the book, of like vague requests or just having to please the client. So they will get requests, this design team will get requests to build a sort of animal, and they're usually kind of vague, or they're trying to make something that could be interesting, and then the client, communicating through his angel, who is this, one of them is this boy here, will approve it, and then the animal will go to live on Earth. So we have our cast of characters, which are introduced conveniently right here at the front, and the whole first volume is just basically getting to know the characters and learn about what they do as a design team. So one thing that I find very common throughout a lot of manga series is that the first volume tends to suffer a little bit, and I don't mean to say that it's bad. I really enjoyed this book. I was laughing. I thought it was really sweet and lighthearted, but usually there's a lot of exposition, I feel like, in the first volume of a manga series, and the author is trying to like find their feet, find their ground for the series and the tone they want to take and things that they want to incorporate into the series. So the first volume can be, in my opinion, a little weaker than everything else in the series, which I found that probably to be true here. There were some spots you just felt like you were taking in a lot of information. Let me say that, because the whole design team is kind of brought in at once. I mean, there's like introductions as the character is brought in for the first time, but you're throwing on an entire design team that has a number of people as shown by here, plus shown by this page here, plus a number of other characters that we have to keep track of, and it just feels like a lot, especially in the first small volume. However, I thought that the pacing was really good. It was really funny. As the animals are designed, we see a lot of the failures, and they take some time to explain why the animal would fail, especially very large animals. There's some humorous moments. There's a designer who is very, very hyper fixated on horses, and he loves horses and everything needs to be horses, but that's not always what the client wants. So there's a lot of animal designs that fail, and then we get some that succeed. And what I really like too is there's kind of a mix of, after the animal succeeds, they take a selection from the chapter and they actually do a little paragraph or two about what the animal is in real life. And they aren't just sticking to like common animals like cats, dogs, horses. For example, in this one we have a sea cucumber, and they have a picture of the real thing plus the illustration that goes in the book. And I really like, yeah, that section. I felt like it was the right amount of information in a book that's supposed to be fun. Additionally, I like these things between the chapters. There's these cute little sketches with the designers and their animals, and I think they're all really sweet and cute. So yeah, I would probably give this a 3-star. Again, the first volume in a manga series tends to be a little weaker because they tend to be full of exposition. I actually want to take this time to speak about one series that I read when I was a lot younger, so no judgment because I haven't read the series in a long time, but I read the manga series Fruits Basket when I was like in middle school and early high school, and they introduced like a character over the course, like one new character would come in each book. I mean, there would be some that were introduced right at the beginning, but if I remember correctly, they were kind of introduced over a series of books, so it felt like you didn't have that whole huge drop of exposition. But generally, as a rule, I feel like the first volume, the author's trying to find their feet, find their footing, and cram a bunch of information to you, so that tends to lead to a little bit of a imbalance. However, I do see that this series is going to be really fun, and I'm going to keep reading it because it seems really enjoyable, and I want to see where the rest of the series goes. If you've read the series or have any thoughts and opinions on the first volume, please let me know. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.